Hey everyone,
Hello, good evening.
good morning. This is Mentor Omoteragene of the Ghana Gather School. And with me in today's meeting are members of Cycle 2 of Group 3 of the 7th of December 2017, Batch 7 of the Ghana Gather School. Today we are having the business game presentation, which is centered on a task called the business game task that has about 7 tasks. They are connected one to another. Now, the business game task is all about sending a team to a country to establish MMM in that country and to ensure that MMM continues to exist in that country. Now, the members of Cycle 2 had met on several occasions to find out the best approach to tackling the business game task, and they have done so. Now, John is going to speak on behalf of Cycle 2 to let us know how they came about the solution to the business game task. Now, John, the floor is open. You can go on with the presentation.
All right, good evening, my able mentor. Thank you. My name is John Adade. I am presenting on behalf of my cycle, that's Cycle 2, MMM Ghana School, Batch 2017, 1207, Group 3. We were given a task to embark on a journey to Thailand to establish MMM Thailand. Um, the introduction of our reports, we made a survey of Thailand, and then we're able to come out with some of these salient points. Thailand is a fast-growing domestic, market. It has a population of 68,355, 167 people. The capital of the country is Bangkok. The government has limited resources available to assist private companies. They have geographical features like the Kyros and the Plateau. Basically, the religion of Thailand is Buddhism, and their currency is Thai baht. They speak English and then Chinese. Now we had no option than to do a SWOT analysis of Thailand. We got to know of the strength. We got to know that Thailand has a very fast-growing domestic market, and then relative to that, they have weaknesses. They have limited resources to assist private companies from the government. They do have large domestic population and high potential growth as an opportunity. The threat is that they have a low GDP per capita. For that matter, it's also unstable. They have unstable electricity supply, upcountry area. Now, our task was in sessions. Our task one, our objective was to create awareness of MMM in Thailand. So this is basically the process and tactics we use to efficiently and intelligently achieve awareness. Therefore, this is done by teaching the residents of country for Thailand about MMM in general. We made them to know some of the ideologies, mechanics, rules, and benefits of being an active participant of MMM. Now, our tactics, strategies, and procedures. Basically, we made arrangements for a campaign website in the country. That's going to be the thailandmmm.net. Moreover, we will take campaign to most of the major places in Thailand, like the media, marketplaces, some of the bus and train stations, and other resorts. In other words, we will identify some big cities of which MMM presentation can take place to draw huge attention of people in the entire vicinity. Our target participants were basically some social workers, the unemployed, salary earned workers, students. We were also trying to target some media practitioners, internet users at large, and also the ages of 18 and above, both genders inclusive, financial institutions, banks, etc. Our plan, again, another plan we had was also about learning, to understand their native language. And also, we also plan to get an interpreter so that in cases of communication challenges, barrier, we will not find ourselves wanted. Now, we were given some resources as we were embarking on a journey. We were given an initial startup capital of 50,000, then an internet connectivity. We also had our team. We had a 9-member team in our cycle. And then as well, the knowledge we acquired from the school, we were supposed to go and make good use to it. We created a local-based SWOT analysis of Thailand, and that is how come we were able to know some of their strengths, their weaknesses, and opportunities, and the threats. We also created some social media like YouTube, Twitter, Google Drive, just for communication and transaction sake. We created an offline event planning and budgeting document that was going to, help us, guide us as we organize offline programs. Now, we prepared a budget, and this was based on some of these findings. Firstly, we had to make available transport during our first meeting of the seminar in some of the major cities. Secondly, we shall also make it possible the availability of office spaces where most people can make inquiries about MMM. Thirdly, we shall execute more plans on the local base SWOT analysis carried out. Lastly, it's about promoting ideology on all social media podiums. We made a budget analysis. And our budget analysis amounted to some of the items we considered were the venues, seminar venues, hotel accommodations, offline events, office setups, training costs. The seminar venue and equipment cost around 2,000 US dollars. We needed to, have a conversion rate. So with a conversion rate of $1 to 32.83 tebets, the seminar and venue was costing 65,671 tebets. Our total expenditure in dollars was $27,050. This we subtracted from our initial budget, which was handed to us when we were going to Thailand. So we had a balance of 22,950. After our plan for the task 1, against task 2, we needed to know how we're going to pay the participants, the growth, and then the capital. So we also needed to know the number of participants that we will need to join so as to pay older participants. And this was supposed to be a backdrop to those who might have registered that our first week of going to Thailand. So our method or the approach we used, we assume, in fact, we registered 400 applicants in our first week. So in our first week, and then the average contribution they were all, bringing on board was $300. So the total contribution for the week was 120,000 US dollars. That is the $300 average by the total number of registrants, the participants we registered in a week. Then we considered the registration bonus. Because they all were registering in the range of the $20 registration bonus, that's the $300. We had $8,000. That is the 400 people, the 400 applicants, giving us 8,000. 30% growth rate also amounted to 36,000 US dollars. Now, we needed to know the growth in general. At the end of the 30 days, how much in general are we supposed to pay to our initial applicant, initial participant. So the 30% growth plus the capital, that's their first contribution, gave us 120,000 plus the 36,000, which is the growth, plus the 8,000, which is the registration bonus. So in all, it amounted to 164,000 US dollars. We needed to know the total amount needed. That is, looking at 164,000, the total amount we will need to be able to complement the initial applicant, those who actually registered by the end of the 30 days. So we subtract that 120,000, which is the 400 participants by their capital, by their contribution, from 164,000, which is the total growth by the end of 30 days. And we were able to get an amount of 44,000 US dollars. That means that we will need 44,000 extra money somewhere, to be contributed by new participants in order to be able to, move smoothly. Now, we needed to know how many participants we will actually need to contribute this. So if you divide by the per week, that is the average contribution of each participant, which is the 300, the 44,000 divided by 300 will give us 147 participants. Therefore, assuming that if the constant rate of 400 participants per week is going to run through the 3 weeks ahead, that means we're going to have 1,200 members. That is the 400 participants times 3. That's the 3 weeks. So 1,200 members will be coming into the scene. So in just opposing with the number of participants we will need, 1,200 is greater than 147. So that means it sends a signal that the system will be stable. Now, we needed to know some of the resources we actually used in order to beef up to get this 147 participants, which is now going to 1,200 members. We were looking at the number of people registered in the system. So we will need to train more people to become guiders. We also have to organize more seminars. You have adequate information given to new guiders with incentives so that it will motivate them. We also have to do registration of new members in various communities. And also, we will have to create more awareness on MMM. In summary, we will have a balance of 18,414. That is coming out from subtracting the costs we will incur for organizing all these seminars. We assume that we will incur 4,536 US dollars. But if you subtract it from the initial balance out of the money we were given as a capital, you have a new budget balance of 18,414. Now, moving forward, we were to also plan against the subsequent month. That is our task 3. In our task 3, we needed to know our total registration for the first week, which is 400. And for 3 weeks, it will be 1,200. So in 3 weeks, you have 1,200 participants. Therefore, total participants for 1 month, that is the 4 weeks, will be giving us 1,600. Assuming 1/4 of the participants that actually registered in the first month will be referring to new participants, that is 1/4. You have, that is 1/4 of 1,600, giving us only 400 active participants. So if 400 active participants will be referring to new people, That means we'll be having 800 new members into the scene. So assuming same growth rates, the same growth rate of new registration for 4 weeks, the total member we will have will be 1,600 plus the 800 new members, giving us 2,400 participants for the second month. And also assuming the guiders that the participants that will be training to become guiders, assuming they are 30 in number and they are all bringing 50 people or doing 50 registration, that means you have 30 by 50, giving us 1,500 new participants. So the total registration for the month will be 1,500 plus 2,400, making 3,900 participants. Therefore, if you want to know the contribution that will be coming, PHing, you will know that if 300 average per the 3,900, then we will be having 1,175,000 US dollars as the total contribution. Now, with this new growth, we can see that the new guiders are doing a great job. Therefore, intensive training of new guiders will be ideal. Therefore, there wouldn't be any need for seminar at this stage. So our balance will still remain the same. We wouldn't be incurring, any other costs. Going forward, task 4, we needed to also know how we're going to survive the subsequent months. And in task 4, we were made aware that there was a holiday in Thailand in a week. And as a result, 75% registration actually dropped. 75% dropped. So as guiders, we needed to actually plan ahead to know how we're going to sustain the system. But before then, we had our plans for that month. Our plans basically, since we actually gained full grounds in Thailand in the previous month, and many were embracing about the benefits and ideology of MMM, we were projecting our own expectations. So we were targeting registering 5,000 new members instead of the 3,900 we earlier had. We were projecting that if the 5,000 are all going to even give 400 US dollars, we are going to have $2 million as a PH. But it came as a shock when we got to know that 75% drop was as a result of the holiday celebration. So due to the celebration of the holiday in Thailand, we needed to know the percentage. So 25% which was remaining, the 25% which was remaining will be 100. Will be 100 participants. That means we have lost 300 participants. So as guiders, well-trained guiders, we needed to know how we're going to beef up to actually sustain the system. So we juxtapose it with the 3 weeks ahead. So the 300 divided by 3 weeks means that we will need 100 more participants to be added to our original per 400 a week in order to be sustainable. So as per the additional registration done, the targeted number will be the 400 plus the 500. That means that in every week with the rest of the 3 weeks, we will have to register 500 new participants. So going by the math, the first week, which was dropped 100 plus the 3 weeks, 500, 500, 500, in addition will give us 1,600, which will be the monthly total participants. So in multiplying it with the rates, the average contribution of $300, you have 480,000. So 480,000 was supposed to be our projection, what we should be looking at. So to achieve this, to achieve the 500, as compared to the usual 400, we will have to train more voluntary members to become guiders, especially those who were serious. And also, we will have to organize additional seminars. You have to do more publicity and then do adverts on the social media, the mass media. With all this, we will definitely be incurring costs. We will be incurring costs because we will have to do posters. We have to do TV adverts. The posters is costing we'll be doing 4,000 posters for $500 and some t-shirts. And then also we're doing offline programs that aid events. That is 2 days per week. So the total expenditure for that period BFAP will be $2,050. Subtracting it with our initial balance, which was 18,414, will give us a new budget balance of 16,364. We needed to have a plan of action to sustain this system due to the 75% loss during the holiday. So, as you always do, we re-strategize and reinforce massive marketing and campaign. We draw up warm lists to reach out to more friends, neighbors, and people we have bought things from, door-to-door neighbors here and there. Also, you have to load our social media platform with more exciting and catchy content, share live testimonies at new seminars of indigents that have benefited from MMM, program extension of time to finish payment because of the holiday so participants can have access to bank after holiday, and also messages will be sent to participants through their personal offices as to the extension of payment due to the holiday. Going to task 5, which was sounding more alarming. Our objective was basically we had to further review that our plans didn't work as planned. Our plans didn't work as we planned. We were looking at 480,000, but as it stands, there are no enough new registrations and also no new deposit to cover the cost of the current deposit. In this case, we need to go back to the fundamentals of basic of our plans initially. In view of this, we also have to revisit our initial task 1 and start the entire general process all over. As we do that, we can see where our plan went wrong and what we didn't do accurate or what more is necessary for us to do. Out of this, then, we will determine the following. How many participants do we need? How much contribution do we need? Then, and the necessary resources needed. So in an attempt to register 500 participants weekly, as we were planning, it just didn't work out. So assuming if even 300 participants were registered weekly, then that means that we were getting 100, the first initial about 100 plus 300 plus 300, that is the 3 weeks ahead. So in making 1,000 new members, that means we were having a deficit of 600. That is our projected 1,600 members, now 10,000. That was a deficit of 600. So 1,000 members will contribute. That is 300 averagely. And it will be giving us $300,000. So what will be our deficit contribution? Our deficit contribution actually is going to deduct 300,000 from 480,000. So the deficit was going to be 180,000 US dollars. We needed to have a methodology, how we are going to work. It is important to bear in mind that we are running low on budget. Therefore, we cannot make money-intensive plans. Moreover, we can use the ideology of the one stone to kill 2 birds. That is, each guider or manager in the system has to organize an emergency seminar to address the panic in the system. They should also tell more that their contribution is the only thing that can save MMM Global. Also, we have to use social media to create more awareness. We need to train more guiders so as to break participants down into smaller units. Task 6. In proposing a brief solution to the problems, we needed to explain what a pause mode is. So as pause mode is inevitable, members have to be guided about what pause mode is all about. We have to guide them about why pause mode has to be introduced and how it can be overturned. We have to increase MMM awareness in remote areas, educating more people on the ideology and the rules governing MMM, educating participants on the benefits of various bonuses, referral bonuses, and guided bonuses. So our methodology, we had a program planned for a week. Week 1, we were going to have board meetings all over, all participants, guiding them on what pause mode means and how it will affect. And then week 2, we are going to continue the media and social advert seminars. Week 3, we're going to motivate guiders also to make sure that seminar is always in check. Week 4, we will be sharing all the videos, the happiness on YouTube and all social media. So, in conclusion, in the new seminars, renovation of billboard and handbill will cost money. It will cost us. So we were estimating $1,543 as the cost of operation in this month. So in taking it off the initial, remaining budget balance, we will be having 14,821. The reason this is very necessary is that the 50,000 that was given to us was rightly, pointed to us that it is given to us once, and that means we should make good use of it. In our final task, it was so obvious that we had to reintroduce MMM, informing people on MMM ideology and encouraging people to provide more help than the way they get help. So we needed to draw our methodology, but resetting marvels will create a bad reputation for MMM. Nevertheless, this idea too is inevitable. To change this bad reputation for good, these few steps can be implemented. 1, we need to think of a good way to make members cool down. We do not shy away from the fact that this will make people sad. So we will organize a seminar and let them know there will be a system restart. Answer all the query and gap in all the negative talks. We would like to change, go by the light chain campaign. It all starts with you. You will let people see how the team and the guiders have provided help effortlessly. You emphasize why it is necessary to provide help and the people you are helping when you help. You have to keep being a good leader. Success is not when you don't fall, but when you fall and rise again. Thank you for your audience. Thank you.
Okay, that was a good presentation. You can mute your mic, please. Yeah. I was trying not to make any comment, but I have to, because there was something that you mentioned, but the consistency was not mentioned. That's a SWOT analysis. Now, you might carry out an analysis of something, but if it is not thorough, you might still encounter some challenges. Now, in one of the tasks, probably after the second task, I heard you when you mentioned the SWOT analysis as part of your methodology. Now, that was a very good one. Now, but a SWOT analysis helps you to determine how well a system is functioning, how healthy it is. Now, you mentioned that SWOT analysis, but the consistency wasn't mentioned, wasn't indicated. Now, whether it was a thorough work, we do not know, because if a SWOT analysis is carried out, although I know it's a fixed question, so to say, and you have to encounter those problems whether you take measures against them or not. But a SWOT analysis helps you to reduce the effect of any forecasted challenge. Now, if you had carried the SWOT analysis after text 3, you would have noticed that the 75% drop wouldn't have been 75% drop because you would have planned with your team to tackle that drawback by the community participants. Hence, you would have put some measures in place to ensure that everyone, or if not everyone, but a sizable number of the participants still participate within the period of the holiday. And that would have had a positive impact on the other task. But that was a good work generally. So I would say congratulations to the 5 of you who made it to your presentation. Now, tomorrow is day 7. So I will expect you to send the leader of this cycle to send me your doc. I'm going to share my email address with everyone in the general chat room. Now you're going to send me this document link that is a solution to your business game task. Send it to me. Now everyone in this cycle, that is the 5 of you who are here, you're going to submit the same link under the first day 7 task. That same link that your leader is going to send to me, the same document should be submitted by everyone. Now, if your document looks different from the document other people submit, I'm not going to approve your work. It has to be the same document. Now, for the final task in the school, that is a feedback video. You make your presentation. It's just like a freestyle, just like we have John. We can see his face, although I would prefer you making your video in a well-lit room, probably during the day, such that the reflection of the sun will make your face clearer. So just like, because the other people I'm seeing here, I can't see your faces very well. I can see your silhouette, but I can't really pick your face. Now you just make your video like this. It shouldn't be a presentation. So you tell us your name, the name of the school, MMM Ghana Guidance School, your batch 07/12/17, then 7 in your bracket, your group 3, your cycle 2. Then you tell us about your experience in the school and how you intend to use the knowledge gained to promote the MMM Ghana community. Once you're through, please watch your video to hear yourself if you're audible enough, and also to see yourself if your face can be seen clearly. Then upload the video to your channel and submit your link. And once I click on the link and it takes me to a very good video, I'm going to approve your task. Now, if you have any pending task, please go back to your work, except you just submitted a few, probably an hour or two ago. But I checked all the tasks from preparation day to day 4. So you definitely have a comment from me if your work is yet to be approved. Please go to all your submissions. If you have a green icon under any day, please go to the submissions under that day. Ensure that you make all your corrections. And if you have a question mark icon under any test, it means you have to retake that test until you get a full green icon. So congratulations to you once again, and good night.